Build Up Justice NYC is a nonprofit which provides civil legal services to tenants, domestic violence survivors, low-income taxpayers, small businesses, and homeowners.
Our mission is to advance economic and racial justice through free legal services. These services allow clients to dream about the future and not worry about economic security.
The typical BUJ NYC client is not typical because they can be any of us who lives in our community.
Especially unique about Build Up Justice NYC is the work it does for small businesses.
We are really the only lifeline that small businesses have in the city. A lot of the businesses that we see, if our program wasn't here to help them, they wouldn't be able to afford a lawyer and they would just be on their own.
I am a jazz vocalist and music teacher. As my business grew, it was time to expand and take it out of the home. Especially now, since I have a 6-month-old baby, we came across this space. It was perfect. When I received the lease, I was super intimidated. It was so in-depth, over 100 pages. It was really, really scary.
When it comes to commercial leases, there's almost no protections. That's why it's so important that you negotiate your lease and have assistance with that.
It was really great to come in contact with Build Up Justice NYC.
Through negotiating with the landlord, we eventually were able to get the lease to a point where she was very happy with it.
It felt like a huge weight had been lifted. Sorry, getting emotional. Maybe we can bring him. So this is John Lucas. We are so excited to be opening our space. This means we can really set up a future for our family.
Many of us are 1 or 2 bad things away from being in our clients' shoes.
My medical bills were huge. When my parents died, I had cashed out some stock to live.
And the IRS saw that, not taking into account to anything else, and said this entirety is taxable, and then sent her a large bill.
Just seeing that $24,000, knowing I couldn't pay it, it was the lowest I've ever felt. I thought I was going to jail.
When Fran came to us thinking that she actually does owe all this money, I said, well, so first things first, let's figure out if the IRS is correct. But when we reviewed all the documents, it turns out that she does not owe any of this money. The IRS made a mistake.
I landed by the grace of God on Kelly. Could have never done this without legal help. Of course I feel safer now because I'm not in jail.
Last year, we launched a wills and estates practice to help our elder neighbors and family members preserve their equity for future generations.
I am a great-grandmother. I am maturing. I have more years in back of me than in front of me, and I need to put things in order, not preparing and tear families apart. I found out about Build Up Justice NYC through the senator in my community offering the wills and estates event in his office.
When we meet people out in the community at outreach events, they see us for who we are, just as people trying to help each other.
Andrew is the best.
We did her power of attorney and healthcare proxy, and we're going to help her do a will.
Having those documents put my mind at ease. I could go in peace knowing that Build Up Justice NYC took care of everything that I needed.
People who interact with BUJ NYC know that we are an organization that they can come to in their times of need. If you are facing an eviction notice, that is a crisis.
I came from a shelter. There was mold. I was getting sick, back and forth to the doctors. Finally, I was eligible for a 1-bedroom apartment. This apartment is beautiful.
Jamila is on a fixed income and receives a housing voucher that paid the majority of her rent. She faithfully paid her rent, and the city, unfortunately, did not pay the landlord. This happens quite often, sadly.
Management took me to court.
Jamila found out she was in trouble when she received a rent demand saying that she owed $24,000 and she had to pay in 30 days.
I couldn't get this resolved on my own. They kept giving me the runaround. I needed someone to advocate with me.
No one was listening to her. I sat down and I listened to everything she had to say.
I felt scared. I really felt like I was going to be in shelter again. He said, Mama, stop worrying. I'm going to make sure you're not going to be homeless. He was a voice in my head that made me feel really, really good.
I was able to whittle down the $24,000 to no rent whatsoever.
Blew my mind away, knowing that I have a roof over my head. I'm more content now. I'm much more happier.
If Jamila did not have a lawyer, she certainly would have ended up again in the shelter system, 100%.
Every case that we win is a family that doesn't become homeless. A business that doesn't shutter.
Every case changes the life of a client. Collective impact changes the life of a city.
Every client that comes through the doors of Build Up Justice NYC is facing a tremendous crisis, and we are here to make sure they don't have to face it alone.